Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on Virgo and Gem. So right now I have some tips on and some Kiara Sky Natural powder, and then I put gel base and top coat on and some peel base. So I left the Virgo and Gem liquids in the packaging so I wouldn't be tempted to open them before this review. So I am opening them and about to use them. I have the base coat, the activator, and the top coat. I also purchased a few Virgo and Gem colors so I could do a full Virgo and Gem mani. So I do cut out a good portion of my nails in this. I just show a few nails. Right now I am checking the consistency and the inside of the bottles for stoppers. And I will say that these bottles, they're very nice, they're very high quality, and every single bottle did have a very nice stopper inside, even the activator. And then the brushes on the base and the top coat were clear. The activator brush was black. So you'll see as I go through what I think of each one. I'm starting with the color Girls Night. There's also Prince Charming and Sandcastle. So I do use all three of these colors in my mani, and we're going to start with this purple color. It's really pretty. So the consistency of the powders themselves was fantastic. They were very soft, they weren't gritty at all, and I really did enjoy them. The liquids, so the way that I think about liquids is some liquids have a higher odor and are a little bit thicker. Other liquids have a low odor or medium odor and are a little bit thinner. Where Virgo and Gem falls on the spectrum is in like the thicker realm with a higher odor. So I know a lot of people really love the Virgo and Gem liquids. For me, they were problematic because of the odor, and they did give me dip flu. I could kind of tell the second that I opened them and I smelled them, and then I looked at the consistency. To me, this consistency is more in line with like a triple vitamin, and also with like maybe Revel in like the odor category. So for me, they didn't really work. Like I probably won't use them again because they did give me pretty bad dip flu, and I didn't love the consistency of them. But other people really do love the consistency of like a triple vitamin, so I wouldn't deter you from trying this. I would definitely try this if you're into triple vitamin. You would probably love this. So I'm trying to, with each application, kind of zoom in as much as possible to show you the consistency of the liquid. You know, so to me, there's kind of like different categories. This one is in the triple vitamin Revel category. And then there's also like a triple D and a Vividip. Those are very similar to me, and they're more of like a thinner liquid with like lower odor. And then there's ones that fall within that. So like if that's the two ends of the spectrum, there's also like Mama makes her own dips. That one's kind of in the middle. And then I've also tried some others, Kiara Sky, that was also not good for me. And then Dipwell. I didn't really like the Dipwell liquids. It's hard to describe, but you can kind of see the coverage is fantastic. So, I mean, all in all, they were easy to use. The coverage was really good. And I did, every time I dipped my finger in, I kind of counted to 12 in my head just to give it enough time to soak in all of the way. The little tool that I'm using around my cuticles is one that I got from AliExpress, and I learned about that from Totally Kayla. She is definitely my nail bestie. And I will link her channel and her Instagram below, as well as the nail tool. It is awesome, total game changer, way better than cuticle sticks, I guess the orange wood sticks. So I just skipped over the rest of the application on my solid nails because it was kind of repetitive, and then I went right into the glitter so you can see the consistency of the glitter, and the consistency is really nice. So it is more of like a fine glitter, and this first dip into it, I did not really get that great of coverage, but that's because I probably should have dipped my finger in flat versus dipping it in all the way. Also, you might notice my tips. So like my nail shape is really cool right now. I learned a really cool trick about tips that were already shaped from Brooklyn Blush Co. So I will link that video as well. And then next week I actually filmed putting on the tips. So I will show you my take on what she did. So the second glitter coverage was a lot better. I put my nail down flat into the glitter, so it was a lot better. And then I'm showing you now the activator. I love this activator. The coverage on it is really good, and I think like because the black brush maybe like holds more activator or something, it was very satisfying to activate my nails with this activator. So after I activated that nail, I did go ahead and cut out clear capping my sparkle nail, and I left in filing of my thumb and e-filing of my thumb. So you can see how easy it was to shape up this powder that's on my nail, and then also the tips make it a lot easier to just get the shape that I was looking for. So after I'm done with that, I am going to show you the activation of my sparkle nail as well, just because this activator is really satisfying. I don't know about you, but I don't love when like activator brushes are too thin and they don't hold a lot of activator. This brush was like very filled with activator, so I really enjoyed it. And then I will link these bits below. This is actually a safety bit. It's a fine grit safety bit, and it comes in a pack. They're all like rainbow. They're really pretty. And I like to go around the edges of my nail and then smooth out the top. On my solid nails, I ended up doing 3 dips of the color and no clear capping, and so I'm just filing right over the color, which I think just gives me a little bit of a thinner nail. If the color is really pigmented, then it doesn't really need a clear coat. Also, like I know that by not clear capping, I'm running the risk of buffing off some of the color, and then also getting like color in my activator and stuff like that. So that really is like the risk to this, is if you don't clear cap and the color is not pigmented, you could get spotty color. So this is what I do with my eFile, and I'm just going around and just smoothing it out. I like to do that so it's all one flush surface and it's easier for me to buff. So now that I'm done with e-filing, I'm going to buff my nail, and I got these little orange buffers from a giveaway that I won, and I always wanted to try them because I saw like Carol Net always using them, and they're actually fantastic. I was using Polar blocks, but I've kind of converted to these. I really love them. So I'm just buffing my nail and making it smooth to my liking, and then I will come back when both my nails are done. So in the meantime, I will talk to you a little bit about the wine selection for today. The wine selection for today is a Dolcemara Toscana. It's a 2015 vintage, and it's an Italian wine, and it's a Super Tuscan. So a Super Tuscan is a blended wine. It came about a few decades ago to allow winemakers to make great wines without the strict guidelines of the DOC. DOC stands for Denomination of Controlled Origin, meaning that wines could not be labeled as Tuscan if they did not come from that region. So Super Tuscans basically have grapes that are international and not just from Tuscany. The wine that I just showed you is a blend of 60% Cabernet Sauvignon, 10% Cabernet Franc, 25% Merlot, and 5% Petit Verdot. Wine Enthusiast rates this wine at 91 points and describes it as full-bodied with fresh blackberry, red currant, and licorice. I agree that it does have like a nice berry and red currant flavor, and I found it to be really good. I drank it with food and without food, so it's a really good wine if you are cooking or watching a movie. You can drink this without any problems. You don't have to always pair it with food. So now that I've reviewed the wine, I'll just get back right into the nails, and I'm doing my first coat of top coat. I do zoom in, here we go, so you can see the consistency of it. The top coat was nice. It was thicker, and I didn't really have any problems with it. I did put Peel Base on, so I've been experimenting with with capping my edges really well. So you see that here, I'm just trying to cap around the edge a little bit extra. So hopefully my nails don't pop off when I don't want them to. I didn't have any trouble with this mani popping off. I actually had to soak it off because I couldn't get it off. But I did too thin of a layer of Peel Base. Now that I've kind of adjusted my Peel Base application and I do a bit of a thicker layer, it's not as bad and I'm able to pop the nails off easier. But I think that capping this edge also is helpful when even you do a thicker Peel Base layer, because then all you have to do is break that seal on the edge in order for your nails to pop off easier. So I think that the top coat is really nice. Again, the odor was too much for me and it was a little thick. So probably won't be using it again, but only because I have that dip flute issue. So here I am just capping the edges of these nails, and I will be back when I am ready for some cuticle oil. So this is what my nails look like after the clear coat, and then I let them dry, and now I'm ready for cuticle oil. I am using the Grimes Ridge Black Cherry Merlot. I think it pairs really nicely with this mani, and it smells amazing. So just putting in this cuticle oil. I will link Grimes Ridge below if you want to give them a try. Their cuticle oils are fantastic. And all in all, I am pretty happy with the way this mani turned out. I really like the color combination, and you know, the liquids were great other than the dip flute. So I hope that you like this mani too, and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day.